Oh man. Morning after. We're back. Um Both repping our football squads, got some easy dubs this weekend, but it's not what we're here to talk about. This was the craziest college basketball weekend of the year so far. Upsets left and right, just a lot of good games. I mean, this was everything you want in a college basketball weekend. Um Rick coming out early with the Michigan looking elite right D. We knew that was coming after Michigan lost, but we'll start there. I mean, Michigan had basically been smoking everyone. They played a close game in Penn State. Everyone's like, it's a little maybe, and then they at home drop one to Wisconsin.
With G in attendance.
Yeah, that's so. I mean, and now we got G today on the Michigan recap, which like is processing on YouTube right now in a Wisconsin shirt, which is hilarious. But Rick said didn't even take a week, boys. Listen, I mean, I just think
Speaking of recaps, I'm about to send you 2 of them.
that I just think these are the ebbs and flows of any team. Trust me, I know that relies on Elliot Cadeau. I mean, to be fair, he was the only reason they were in the game in the second half. But like, am I like crazy for sometimes watching them and being like, why is Yaxel just like chilling there? Like he just doesn't.
I think a lot of like Yaxel's performance was this was the first time since the USC game where I thought he looked pretty healthy. I think in the last few games he's kind of just been jogging up the court, really. Like, the Penn State game, the USC game, I thought he looked extremely non-existent. I thought he looked better in this game. Like, I thought he looked pretty healthy. He's missing something from his jump shot that I think is injury related because it's kind of like all arms. But I thought overall he looked pretty healthy. And then I think for that reason, there's a lot of times where he's just standing in the corner because like that's really all he was able to do the last couple. I don't know why he played against Penn State. I don't know why he played against USC. I mean, I know why he started the game against USC. I don't know why he continued to play against USC per se. So, by the way, boys, extremely likely I'm going to have to leave this 5 to 7 minutes early. JK can run at the full 30. We got a few tea time issues. I'm just be the one to say it. I got a tea time 50 minutes away. I'm trying to get around in before I got to go to like a work meeting that's like an hour away from the crib. Made a little timing mistake. Didn't know it was a full 50. And the tea time's 8:20. So I'm probably going to have to get out of here like 7:23-ish just because I don't want to be super tardy. Maybe even 7:20 for the kid, not going to lie. But JK can take it the last 5 to 10 minutes. I've done a solo episode before. They're fun. But what was I going to say? Yeah, I just think he was kind of standing there just because like that's kind of all he was able to do the last few games.
Yeah, it's definitely, I don't know, man. This was just like a weird, and I think this is kind of what we saw a little bit. We saw it in the first half of the Maryland game for sure. Maybe a little bit in the Penn State game. A lot of the issues to me when I watch are like defensive stuff. Like they're just kind of getting cooked. But Connor K says, "Do you trust Nebraska?" Good win over Indiana this weekend. I mean, I don't see how I could say I don't trust them. They haven't lost yet. They beat Michigan State. I don't think they're necessarily like some powerhouse that's going to be a 2 seed or something, but I definitely trust them to be like a top 4 or 5 team in the Big Ten and get a good tournament seed. Like they're really well coached. Mast can like go for 25 on any night. Like they're interesting.
Yeah, I do trust Nebraska, to be honest with you. I like that team a lot. Ask for thoughts on Caden Boozer shooting up the mock draft Other notable results.
Calipari getting stomped out by Stephen Pearl. I did not have on my bingo card. Can't lie.
I'll be honest, that was a rivalry game. I think those things kind of just happen from time to time in rivalry games. Like, I feel like we forget Auburn Alabama is a rivalry game just because like of the football point of view. But I don't know, but Kansas, man, that's just a bad team.
Yeah, Kansas losing to your Mountaineers was crazy. Also, Bama losing at home to Texas, bad.
That was bad. I thought, and then the other one, I thought Duke looked really rough too.
Yeah, Duke, that's like a few in a row where there's some questions. Also, North Carolina up like 15 and then allowing like an 11-0 Wake run and winning that game by 3 at home, also not good. Is the SEC just like I don't know, like obviously last year it was dominant. Yeah, Rick Optic getting 3-0'd by Face was bad. I can't figure out the SEC, man. Arkansas starts to look good, and then they get 22 pieced by Auburn. And then it's like Alabama starts to look good. They lose to Texas. Tennessee.
I think the SEC is just gonna be that way. Lots of
like
within that.
I think it's like kind of flipped because I think the Big 12 and the Big 10 have most of the like elite top 10 teams, but the SEC has all the teams in like the 12 to 20 range that are just going to beat up on each other. There's just nothing. There's no dominant team.
Speaking of Bama, Texas, have you gotten the recap from Riley?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see who commented on the preview?
I just saw what Carter sent. Yes.
Yeah. So I didn't know that was him, so I ignored it. And then when we were doing the recap, Riley goes, "Yeah, Rodney Pope's brother got at us a little bit for making fun of Jordan Pope's age." So, Rodney, if you're watching this, I called him Rod in the recap. That's my dog. You're from the town, brother. Me too. Let's kick it.
Bro, I mean, that is genuinely hilarious. I mean, I just like it's sometimes hard for me to fathom how people just are on YouTube. Like I'm on YouTube or you're on YouTube and just like a sleepers video coming up on their algorithm and then being like, I'm gonna check this out and see what they see.
They honestly, genuinely, anybody in the comments, I want to know y'all's opinion on this too. I wanted to ask Braden this when G let me talk to him really quickly, but I had to get my 2K question off instead. I just want to know what people's opinions are like when you pull up like to a sleepers video and like you're Jordan Pope's brother. You pull up to a sleepers video expecting like G and Cart, and then it's just me and Riley.
Yeah, no, listen, not even just that, bro. Can you imagine someone's first time on YouTube seeing it and they're like, I'll check out this sleepers pod, and it's like the first 7 minutes is Greg and Cart talking about like bagels or some shit in a way that you've never heard before.
He's a subscriber. I like looked at his channel because I wanted to see his picture to see if he really looked like Jordan Pope. He's a subscriber, so he definitely watches a ton of sleepers content.
That's hilarious. Rick, yes. We're going to talk about that right now. Can we talk about 26-14 and only one turnover? Man, tap into the running point pod. He tried to tell y'all, I can still score. Not only does he still score, he gets 14 assists. And yeah, that was a Braden masterclass. And you can see the last two games, now that he's got the Big Ten assist thing off of his back, he is hooping with a lot more freedom. You can see it.
Yeah. I mean, I think, it's a yes and no. Because, like, I don't know. I watched Running Point, and I'm not going to speak for Braden, but it's very clear, like, I think he was looking ahead to that NCAA one already.
Oh yeah, I mean, I definitely think so. I think it's more like, I guess what I'm getting at is like he was expected to break the Big Ten one, whereas like this one just feels like a bonus.
Oh, fair.
Even though he wants it and he's gonna get it, I think.
I think he's so close to it though. Like he's so close to that NCAA one. If he doesn't break it, it's almost disappointing. Like I think if he was farther away and needed to be like substantially above his average, then it wouldn't be a big deal. Caden Boozer's hilarious.
Dude, he's a top 10 sleepers character.
He's hilarious. But like because he's like so close to it at this point, like he just needs to play like his game. So I don't know.
That's true. I mean, okay, now let's ask the question that Rick's definitely going to want answered. From what you've seen from Michigan the last 2 games and then what you've seen from Purdue, has your stance changed on who you think the best team in the Big Ten is?
In terms of talent, or who do I think can make the farthest run?
Both.
I mean, I think Purdue like is one of the most talented teams in the country. Like if you told me you thought Purdue had more talent top to bottom on their roster than anybody in the country, I think I would agree. My whole premise behind Michigan is that they aren't your typical Big Ten team. So I think in terms of March, I still would rather have Michigan, right? Like because that's the style of play that's going to win the national title for the most part. And that's the style of play we've seen win national titles recently. Like maybe Purdue's able to break it. I hope they are. I mean, I haven't cashed out my bet yet. So like I would love for Michigan or Purdue to be the one to break it. I think it would make me very happy. But I think style of play wise, like Purdue plays the style of play in the Big Ten that ultimately falls short in March, or at least recently has fallen short in March. And that is my fear. And that's kind of like what I've been getting at, where it's just like this team kind of has that element of it. What's up, Coy? Of past Big Ten teams that we love, and then they fall short. Michigan has the element of Big Ten teams that no one has ever had before. You know, they play a more Big 12 style of play, right? And, you know, the portion of it that, like, I was wrong on, I think that, what's up, Blake? That's going to get them got in the Big Ten a lot because it is a different style of play. But I think, you know, the slower pace, the feeding the inside, that element of it, like kind of like the less athleticism element of it, is going to get you got in March as it has in the past. I really, really hope it doesn't. But I don't know.
Yeah,
Does Purdue have a pro? Braden, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Braden's still first round draft boards, right?
Even if he's not, like, he's definitely going to get some sort of.
He's the only pro though.
Yeah, like TKR, great college player. He's not
actually pro. DJ is probably a pro too. DJ's
yeah. He's athletic as hell, lengthy, good. Like
he can kind of shoot the three.
Yeah, he's got some of that for sure.
I don't think Benter and Omer get looks. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think there's a world Benter and Omer get looks.
It's just so hard, man. There's such a difference between. Fletcher would make the bench somewhere if he was 3 inches taller.
Fletcher doesn't have a shot, respectfully.
He's just too short. And he doesn't have enough mass. Like, if he was 3-4 inches taller, he could have like a Sam Hauser role, but like he's just too short.
For what it's worth, I think what makes this Purdue team special is Fletcher, TK, and maybe even Braden to an extent know who they are. Like Fletcher and TK are not trying to be pros. You know, Braden's not trying to be like a lotto pick per se. Like I'm sure they would all love that. Like I don't think Braden's like not wanting to be a lotto pick, but I'm saying I think they know who they are, and I think because of that, knowing who they are, I think they're playing within their capabilities. And you hear Braden talk about it all the time. I don't need to go get 20. If I do, I will, but I don't need to. TK doesn't need to go do that. If he does, he will. And I think that element of it makes them special because they know who they are. I think you're seeing it with BYU too. AJ, in comparison to the other freshmen, he's not worried about being the number one pick because he's a lock for it almost. Unless someone just wants to take Darren Peterson. And at that point, I think AJ is just like, hey man, like your choice. So he's not overplaying. I think you see with some freshmen, they have to overplay for draft stock reasons. Sophomores, juniors, seniors have to overplay for draft stock reasons. I think you're seeing it with Solo Ball, and it kind of hurts the team. So, which backcourt do you want in March, Michigan or Purdue? Who's the second fiddle on Michigan? Is it Namari?
It's like a weird because they do the whole like McKinney and Kaysen off the bench thing. I don't know. I mean, it's technically Namari, but
I think I'd much rather have Braden than Cadeau, but I do think there's a sizable gap between Namari and Fletch too. Did I say Fletcher would make the NBA, Hyena? Did I say that?
Blake, with this UConn hypothetical, this is them having a 26th ranked, not hypothetical, but 26th ranked offense for the folks slobbering about their title chances. I don't see UConn as elite just because they have a top 10 defense. So the thing is, like, in a way, I feel that. I also think the Big East being so bad is not going to be good for UConn, but their coach is Dan Hurley. So I can't, like Dan Hurley's a psycho.
I said as a specialist who just shoots threes, he'd make it. I said he'd be a late draft pick. I don't know. I could see myself saying like, I could definitely see myself saying like he would get like a two-way. I could see that. I don't think I said he'd be a late draft pick. That feels a little crazy. But I've said crazier stuff, so maybe.
Oh man.
Yeah, I said okay, two-way. Yeah, Hyena. I could see myself saying he would get a two-way. I do think so. The element of two-way deals like no one really talks about, and I just know this like from some of like the when he was shooting 62%, you said someone would give him a shot if he kept that. Yeah, I mean for what it's worth. Correct. I'll stand on that. If Fletcher Lawyer shoots 62% from three, he might be a first round pick. I wasn't trying to gaslight you. I genuinely was curious. I get on here and we do so many videos. Like there's no way. Like I was like, I think I did one day with G yesterday or last week, and I probably have 25 videos on the channel from last week. There's no way I'm gonna remember everything I said. I probably got like 2 or 3 minutes left, so I will discuss this Fletcher thing before I take out. Are we buying Gonzaga? Oh, hell no. Respectfully. Stink. This Fletcher thing before I take off. The element of two-way players no one talks about. There's a lot of guys that could be two-way guys and say no because they'd rather go play in Europe. So the element of a two-way is if Fletch wants to play basketball like professionally in America, D is a part-timer. I mean, the only full-timers are G and Part, like, and they're the only ones that like we
crazy
full-time.
Crazy.
Those two are special.
Crazy to say they're the only full-timers when I'm right here.
Well, you're behind the scenes. Another element of JK wanting to be in front of the camera. But also with the amount of PTO.
Great. Hey, we can do a check. I've taken less days off than anyone. I just took 2 week-long vacations.
Less days off than anyone's crazy.
No, I'm serious because I took 2 vacations. Do you realize that like I've only taken
G taking a month off to be a
no.
father?
I've taken 1 day. I took 1 day off. I got back from the Dominican in August, and from August until literally last week, I took no days off.
None. Than Carter. Blake said the unselfishness of this Purdue team is actually really special. You see that with other great teams too, like Michigan and Iowa State. Yeah, I've said this a few times on here. The only way to win is you have guys playing below their role, and in order for guys to do that, you have to be super unselfish. Purdue definitely has that. But yeah, I can see Fletch getting a two-way. I don't know that I see TK getting one. Honestly, guys, I'm out on Omer as a pro prospect at the moment. Like
the craziest shift in feelings probably over a 4-month period ever.
I mean, there's just no way right now. Benter doesn't have a shot at the moment. I could see DJ just because like the size. Is DJ a guy I would want? If I'm a pro player, absolutely not. But
Rick
like
said
he's
Omer is
75,
out on you.
so yeah. I mean,
it is sometimes you just. I will say the only shocking thing about you being out on Omer to me is that you're usually a very firm, like, I don't care, I'm a ride with my guys, and you were like the biggest Omer guy in the offseason.
I mean, I'm still in on Omer as a college prospect, but like,
I do get what you're saying though. It's been very underwhelming compared to what we thought it was going to be.
I just think it's crazy that we're still siding on the side of like Omer's going to be the guy next year. Like I don't know. Like coming into the season, it was like Braden passes off to Omer, and the way Braden speaks about Omer, I want to still be on that side just because he speaks so highly. But like from what we've seen, man, that'd be a pretty big drop off for Purdue at the moment. Like if you go from Fletch, Braden, TK, and you just running back with the people on the roster, and you're like Benter, Omer, DJ, whoa, like whoa, that's like an 8 seed at the moment. DJ currently would be in trouble in the pros. DJ forever is going to be in trouble in the pros, but like 7-2 block shot, can shoot threes. I think you get a shot. I'm out of here, boys. JK, enjoy the last few minutes or whatever you do with it. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Go low. All right, gentlemen. Hold up. I gotta get the custom layout over here. So we're not blocking the there we go. Now we're chilling. ISO. Yep, got my ISO. Yeah, I'm sorry, Blake. It's true. I'm a Patriots guy. Big night for the program last night. Who do I have tonight? The Steelers or Texans? Texans are a way better football team. The Steelers genuinely are the luckiest football team I've ever seen in my life. So, I mean, there's a chance that like Will Anderson and Derek Stingley both collide in the first quarter and get hurt. And then somehow, some way, the Steelers are literally the Miami Heat of the NFL. They're not good, and they somehow, some way get like they're just there. I don't know, man. They throw screen passes to Kenneth Gainwell for the entire game, and somehow teams keep playing soft zones against them instead of just playing man. But now it's going to be interesting. They're going to have Stingley to play man on DK. I don't know what's going to happen, but from my perspective, I hope that the Steelers win because I'd love to play the Steelers in New England. If the Texans win, tough. All right, Blake, have fun in your meeting, man. We'll see you tomorrow. The Texans win, their offense stinks, so we'll see. Yes, I did see the Packers re-signing Matt LaFleur, which is crazy. The way he botched the last 4 minutes of that game against Chicago, I would have fired him the next day, personally. Just insane. Anyone in the chat got any other college hoop stuff they want to go on about? Rick, I just wanted to be known too that the moment Michigan lost, I texted Dion and said, hope you're ready for us to get absolutely cooked on Monday by Rick. So hands up. At least I didn't say they were going to run the Big Ten and go undefeated, though, because that was kind of crazy. So is Penn State better without Mingo? Yes. I mean, they played Purdue close in Mackey. They played Michigan close at home. Like, I don't know, man. Like, they're playing good basketball. I mean, at first I thought maybe it was like a little it was like a little fluky, like maybe they just had some home juju against Michigan, whatever. But then like when you go into Mackey, and like obviously you lose, but like they put up a fight, and I don't know, man. I think we have to start throwing around Caden Mingo Ewing theory takes. Michigan loses to Washington next week, maybe. You know, I could see that. There's a world where Steinbach just goes like nuclear and makes it really, really fun. Let me check Vinay. All right, Vinay. We're ahead of program today, man. Card and G are on one. The Michigan recap was posted 20 minutes ago or something like that. It's already got a lot of views. And yes, it is good because Greg is recapping a Michigan loss to Wisconsin in a Wisconsin shirt. Such a good bit by Greg. So more and more teams good are better, are getting better without certain star players, almost like teams can be teams. Yes, this is true. And I think that I feel like a lot of it has to do with the NIL thing, right? Like before, if these star freshmen got hurt or whatever, it really hurt teams because they were either relying on other freshmen or guys that like had just been in the program and weren't really great. Like, I feel like NIL's kind of balanced rosters out and made it to where it doesn't matter as much. And yes, Kansas without Peterson, better team. The Ewing theory allegations were floating, but after losing to West Virginia, yes, they're better without Darren Peterson. And it's kind of crazy to say that because he's so talented. He puts up like 30, but the team looks bad. Is this a Big Ten show? Yes and no. When Sleepers started, it was very Big Ten centric. Our Big Ten fans are definitely our most supportive fans. So we do talk a lot of Big Ten, but we talk everything. ACC, SEC, Big 12, whatever. You throw it in the chat, we'll talk about it. Does Kansas have a chance versus Iowa State this week? You know, watching how Baylor played Iowa State, I think there's always a chance. I mean, especially when you do have somebody like Peterson. Like, I know that we just said, you know, they're better without him, but like, I mean, Peterson definitely creates some problems for like Lipsy. I don't know. I mean, Iowa State's a really good basketball team though. So like, is there a chance? Yes. Is it likely? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Iowa State probably wins by 10 to 15. I don't know. The Big 12 is interesting because Arizona just continues to like dominate, but also BYU is looking really good and they have AJ. I can't wait for that game. I think it's January 26th. BYU at Arizona, I believe. Yeah, it's the Big 12 is going to be fun. In terms of Kentucky, it's so bad, it's too good not to talk about. Yeah, it's rough times in Kentucky, man. Very rough. Like you almost feel bad, and I'm not going to say anything because of TOS and stuff, but like if you haven't seen this, what Mark Pope said on Friday, if it even still exists on the internet before their game against Mississippi State, brutal. Not good. I've watched them, and when he's on the team, looks like they don't know what to do with their. Yeah, they're just ball watching. It's like the whole, like he is really good and he puts up numbers. But it's just ball watching. They're just enamored with how good he is. Like it, and like, you know, when you go back to what Kansas did without him, it was always someone different, right? Sometimes it was Trey White. Then they had like the game where they beat NC State where Melvin Council like went insane. It's definitely different. Pretty sure a lot of people in the freshman class didn't even want to play with DP. Yeah, I think DP, I think like Stokes and DP are a good comparison. They're both uber talented and they're so good, but I just don't know if people want to play with somebody like that. Like it's different, man. Like with AJ or Cam, they're like, yes, they do take a majority of their team shots, but they're operating at like they're operating at a different level, like energy on both sides of the court. Like it's just different. Like with Darren out there, it's just like, let me dribble the air out of the ball and get my 30. I don't know. It's almost like a little bit of LaMelo ballish, like put up your numbers and lose. I don't know. It gives me like LaMelo Ball vibes, honestly. It really is a weird thing to see a guy giving an efficient 30 and his team losing. But when that happens, yeah, that is weird. So basically what happened, Rick, is there is some people, I think, that were on the Sleepers Zoom doing recaps. So they wanted to get started early. So they had to do it on Carter's Zoom. So that made Carter the host, and Carter was on the right and G was on the left. Honestly, though, it's a perfect little throw off because Michigan lost. So we had to switch up the vibes for G. All right, we're at 32 minutes, and y'all know how Mondays rock, man. We got to recap all the games for the weekend, and we got to do some shorts and everything. A ton of stuff happens. Busy day for producer JK. So y'all know the motto. Hashtag I got work to do. About to go get some stuff up. I know, like, got a bunch of Riley and Dion and stuff in the emails. Enjoy yours too, Rick. I'll be back tomorrow with Dion. Hopefully Optic can figure some stuff out because last weekend was rough. Have a great recap day. It will be a great recap day. We're gonna be blessed with a lot of like 40+ minuters that are gonna be special. And yeah, everyone tap into the channel, like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. Y'all know we post as much content as anyone in the college basketball space. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.